Hello, let's see how German-made radar managed to detect F-35, fifth-generation stealth fighter. So in an year or so, German radar detected F-35 fighter. At a year or so, this website reported that the German radar maker has managed to detect American F-35 fighter jets for almost 100 miles during years, so it might have bypassed the F-35 stealth technology, and there is no information about the technology or methods used to detect the F-35. As this video tells about this. Let's see what people are telling about this. The aircraft were flying with radar reflectors and ADS-B transponder when stealth is not required. Reflector marks the true degree of radar cross-sectional area reduction. So they were not showing their stealth. Stealth means low observable to radars. It's been known that radars with right wavelength and bands can detect the presence of low observable jet. What detection doesn't mean that it can generate a tracking signal that is good enough to guide a missile for aircraft distraction. No one has ever claimed that F-35 is radar proof. It's just low observable to radar. It's just low observable to radar, so it might not have been detected. There's a huge difference between detecting and accurately tracking for a missile lock. Stealth doesn't mean invisible. See, the entire premise of this claim is ridiculous. Said that one farm was near the airport, and it's not what stealth is for. It is to minimize the chance of detection, to get the jets within effective range of their audience, to identify and take out enemy defenses. The fact that they've lost it in 100 miles, even with all those initial advantages, doesn't say much for the system. Yeah. Easy to track what they turn on the emergency transponders for an year or so. So they must have turned on the transponders for an year or so. Detecting and getting a weapon grade track are two very different things. If the F-35s are rated to an year or so, they are going to have the reflectors on and tracking. They don't use stealth when on civilian duties like EOSOs. This means they are not stealthy at EOSOs. Maybe that's true. See what the useful things people are telling. It's one thing to detect a point randomly, and another to know exactly where it's going to be when it's going to be. Just focus on that area. And focusing on that area will give better results for the radar. During this time, the F-35 have radar relationships at it, and they broadcast transported data. The real deal is at what range can they accurately track it. It has to be beyond the range of F-35 old ones to be of any use. Where it was going to be and when it was deliberately making itself visible to your traffic control. Your radar can track and get a lock. It's still much harder with a stealthy aircraft. It's harder to get a lock with a stealthy aircraft. How far and what range it can detect it? Maybe. Well, if I was selling radars, I would claim the same thing, about 200 miles. Yeah, we would claim the same thing if we were selling the radars. So it was wide to underestimate the capabilities of F-35 at all. It's a very capable full air superiority fighter and it fulfills the responsibility very well. Yeah. See. Still, the aircraft are required to use radar reflectors when flying non-combat missions, so that the air traffic control can see them. Maybe. So it means the F-35 were non-stealth, so the radar detected this aircraft. I think people are commenting these things. Thank you for watching this. Thank you guys. I hope you learned something.